Let us begin with literary appreciation of drama. This is a very important topic in literature in English. It appears in your exams every single year. By the end of this lesson, you will understand how to appreciate a drama, including plot structure, character, dialogue, setting, theme, dramatic techniques, and how to answer exam questions. Take your notes. Let us go. First, what is literary appreciation of drama? Drama is a genre of literature meant to be performed. Appreciating drama involves analyzing the play as both a literary text and a performance text. You must consider the dialogue, stage directions, characters, plot, setting, and themes. The elements of drama include plot, character, dialogue, spectacle, music, setting, and theme. Each element contributes to the overall effect of the play. Now let me explain how to appreciate plot in drama. Plot is the sequence of events in a play. The plot of a drama is similar to the plot of a prose story. It has a beginning, middle, and end. It builds tension and releases it. The structure of plot in drama is often described in terms of acts and scenes. An act is a major division of a play. A scene is a smaller division within an act. The plot structure includes exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, and resolution. Exposition introduces the characters, setting, and basic situation. The audience learns who, where, and when. Rising action develops the conflict. The stakes get higher. The protagonist faces obstacles. Climax is the turning point. It is the moment of greatest tension. The protagonist confronts the central conflict. Falling action shows the consequences of the climax. The tension decreases. Resolution, also called denouement, ends the play. The conflict is resolved. Conflict is essential to drama. There are several types of conflict. Internal conflict happens within a character. The character struggles with their own thoughts, feelings, or beliefs. External conflict happens between a character and an outside force. This could be another character, society, nature, or fate. The most common conflict in drama is between characters. The protagonist and antagonist are usually the main characters in conflict. A good plot is well structured, engaging, and meaningful. The events should follow logically. The conflict should be resolved in a satisfying way. Now let me explain how to appreciate character in drama. Character refers to the people in the play. Characters are the agents of the plot. They make things happen. They react to events. The audience cares about what happens to them. The protagonist is the main character. The story revolves around the protagonist. The audience usually sympathizes with the protagonist. The antagonist is the character who opposes the protagonist. The antagonist creates conflict. Not all plays have a clear antagonist. Sometimes the conflict is internal. Sometimes it is with society or nature. Characters can be round or flat. Round characters are complex and multidimensional. They have many traits, both good and bad. They feel like real people. Flat characters are simple and one-dimensional. They have only one or two traits. They are often minor characters. Characters can be dynamic or static. Dynamic characters change during the play. They learn, grow, or transform. Static characters do not change. They remain the same throughout the play. Characters are revealed through dialogue and action. What a character says tells the audience about their personality. How they say it also matters. Accent, tone, and word choice reveal character. What a character does is even more important. Action shows character more clearly than words. Other characters can also comment on a character. The playwright provides stage directions that describe the character's appearance, movements, and gestures. Now let me explain how to appreciate dialogue in drama. Dialogue is the spoken words of the characters. Dialogue is the primary way that drama communicates. Unlike novels, plays have no narrator. The audience learns everything through dialogue. Good dialogue sounds natural but is carefully crafted. It reveals character. It advances the plot. It creates mood and atmosphere. There are several types of speech in drama. A monologue is a long speech by one character to other characters on stage. The character expresses thoughts and feelings. Other characters listen. A soliloquy is a long speech by a character who is alone on stage. The character speaks their inner thoughts aloud. The audience overhears. Soliloquy reveals the character's true feelings. An aside is a short comment that a character makes to the audience. Other characters on stage do not hear it. Asides create intimacy between the character and the audience. Stickomythia is a rapid exchange of short, alternating lines. It often occurs during arguments or moments of high tension. It creates a sense of urgency and conflict. A chorus is a group of characters who comment on the action. Effective dialogue is essential to successful drama. Without good dialogue, the audience will not understand the characters or the plot. Now let me explain how to appreciate setting in drama. Setting is the time and place where the play occurs. Setting affects the characters and the plot. A play set in a palace will be different from a play set in a prison. In drama, setting is established through dialogue and spectacle. Characters mention where they are. The set shows it. The physical setting includes the location. Is it a palace, a village, a prison, a forest? The temporal setting includes the time. Is it the past, present, or future? Is it day or night? The social setting includes the cultural, economic, and social conditions. What are the customs and values of the society? The emotional setting or mood is the atmosphere. Is it happy, sad, fearful, peaceful? Setting can also be symbolic. A prison could represent oppression. A garden could represent innocence. A well-chosen setting is not just a backdrop. It actively contributes to the meaning of the play. Now let me explain how to appreciate theme in drama. Theme is the central idea or message of the play. It is what the play says about life, human nature, or society. A play can have multiple themes. The theme is not the same as the plot. The plot is what happens. The theme is what it means. Common themes in drama include love, jealousy, ambition, revenge, justice, betrayal, family, power, and identity. To identify theme, look at the conflict and its resolution. Look at how the characters change. Look at repeated ideas or symbols. What is the playwright trying to say about human experience? A good theme is insightful. It reveals something true about life. Now let me explain how to appreciate dramatic techniques. Dramatic techniques are the tools that playwrights use to create effect. Irony is a contrast between expectation and reality. Dramatic irony occurs when the audience knows something that the characters do not. This creates suspense and tension. Foreshadowing gives hints about what will happen later. The audience anticipates future events. Symbolism uses objects, actions, or characters to represent ideas. A rose might symbolize love. A chain might symbolize bondage. The same symbol can have different meanings in different plays. Stage directions are the playwright's instructions. They describe the setting, the character's movements, and how lines should be spoken. Stage directions are not spoken aloud. They are meant for the director and actors, but they are important for the reader. They provide information that the dialogue does not. Spectacle is the visual elements of a play. It includes the set, costumes, lighting, and props. Spectacle creates the visual world of the play. It affects the mood and atmosphere. Music includes any musical elements in the play. This can be songs sung by characters, background music, or sound effects. Music can create mood or signal scene changes. The suspension of disbelief is the willingness of the audience to accept the fictional world of the play. The audience knows that the actors are not really the characters, but they agree to pretend. The fourth wall is the imaginary wall between the actors and the audience. In realistic theatre, the actors act as if the audience is not there. Breaking the fourth wall is when a character directly addresses the audience. Now let me give you a sample appreciation of a drama using Wole Soyinka's The Lion and the Jewel. The play is a comedy about tradition versus modernity. The setting is the village of Ilujinle, Nigeria. The physical setting includes the marketplace, the road near the school, and Baroka's palace. The marketplace represents community. Baroka's palace represents tradition and power. The school represents modernity and education. The temporal setting is not specified. It could be the 1950s or 1960s, during the colonial period. The social setting is a traditional Yoruba village. The villagers value custom, respect for elders, and the bride price. They also value the chief. The plot has 3 scenes. The first scene introduces the conflict. Lakunle wants to marry Sidi, but he refuses to pay the bride price. Sidi is proud because her picture is in a magazine. Baroka wants Sidi. The second scene takes place in Baroka's palace. Baroka tricks his wife Sadiku into helping him. He pretends to be weak. The third scene resolves the conflict. Sidi goes to Baroka's palace to mock him. But Baroka is not weak. He impresses her with his stamp. She agrees to marry him. The climax occurs when Sidi agrees to marry Baroka. The resolution is the wedding. Lakunle is humiliated. The characters are well developed. Baroka is the protagonist. He is old but cunning. He represents tradition. But he is also progressive. He builds a railway. He invents a stamp. Lakunle is the antagonist. He is young and educated. He represents modernity. But he is also foolish. He refuses to pay the bride price. He speaks in bombastic language. He is humiliated at the end. Sidi is the jewel. She is beautiful and vain. She chooses Baroka over Lakunle. She exercises her agency. Sadiku is Baroka's favorite wife. She is loyal and cunning. She helps Baroka trick Sidi. She also mocks men when she thinks they are weak. The themes include tradition versus modernity, the role of women, and the power of cunning. The play does not simply praise tradition or modernity. Baroka is cunning, but he is also progressive. Lakunle wants to modernize, but he is selfish. The play suggests that progress must respect tradition. The dramatic techniques include comedy, contrast, dramatic irony, and symbolism. The lion symbolizes Baroka. The jewel symbolizes Sidi. The stamp symbolizes progress. The language distinguishes characters. Lakunle speaks in bombastic English. Baroka speaks simply and directly. Sadiku speaks in a mix of English and Yoruba. The play is effective because it is funny, but also serious. It criticizes both tradition and modernity. It shows the complexity of African life. Now let me explain how to answer exam questions on drama appreciation. A common exam question asks you to discuss the character of Baroka in The Lion and the Jewel. Here is a sample answer. Baroka is the protagonist of The Lion and the Jewel. He is the Baal of Ilujinla. He is old, but cunning. He represents tradition. He values custom. He pays the bride price. He respects the role of the chief. But he is also progressive. He is building a railway. He has invented a stamp. He is not opposed to change. He wants change on his own terms. He is strategic. He pretends to be weak to lure Sidi. He impresses her with his stamp. He wins her in the end. Baroka is a complex character. He is neither a hero nor a villain. He is a survivor. He adapts to changing times while preserving what is valuable. Another exam question asks you to discuss the theme of tradition versus modernity in The Lion and the Jewel. Here is your answer. The theme of tradition versus modernity is central to The Lion and the Jewel. Lakunle represents modernity. He speaks English. He wears Western clothes. He wants to modernize the village. He refuses to pay the bride price. Baroka represents tradition. He values custom. He respects the chief's role. He pays the bride price. But the play does not simply praise tradition. Baroka is cunning. He uses tricks. He also builds a railway. He invents a stamp. Lakunle wants to modernize, but he is selfish and foolish. He wants Sidi for free. The play suggests that progress must respect tradition. Change should be balanced. A simple rejection of the past is not wise. Here is what you need to take away. Literary appreciation of drama involves analyzing plot, character, dialogue, setting, theme, and dramatic techniques. Plot includes structure and conflict. Character includes protagonist, antagonist, round and flat characters, dynamic and static characters, and methods of characterization. Dialogue includes monologue, soliloquy, aside, and stickomythia. Setting includes physical, temporal, social, and emotional elements. Theme is the central message. Dramatic techniques include irony, foreshadowing, symbolism, stage directions, spectacle, music, suspension of disbelief, and the fourth wall. Practice these concepts. When you have them down, move to topic 7.